Hey folks, I'm back 8:01 in the morning and I am back from yesterday. It's like I don't leave. I could not wait to get here this morning. 706-889-9700, and there are the social media ways you could follow this. Now, I found my coffee cup for those of you regular viewers. It was right. Destiny put it in the microwave. That's a joke. But, actually, I have a habit of pouring a cup of coffee, putting in the microwave, and walking away. So after accusing everybody of stealing my cup, and I did, that's the way I am around here, they'll tell you, and I know I had it, and I know you wanted my cup, and I know you took my cup. After all that took place, I found it in the microwave. So they're always playing those kind of tricks on me around here. That's a joke. So, that being said, so yesterday was a long day, folks. I had a lot to do. So next thing I know, I get home, I'm gone. I don't even know what time it is, all right? So, I do the recliner thing, and next thing I know, I'm sound asleep. And then I wake up and I say, oh my God, I'm not watching the Democrats. There's a debate tonight and I'm not watching it. And then I thought, oh, well, nobody else is watching it. Thought, okay, saved by that. But anyhow, I said, no, I'll just go on to bed. I got to tell you my whole damn life, all right? I said, I'll just go on to bed, right? And I'll get up in the morning. So I got up at 3 a.m. to watch a debate. Am I crazy or what? So I set the alarm. I said, I'm going to bed. I fell asleep in the chair. I'm not getting up and friggin' watching these damn Democrats. Because I always get up out of sorts. You figure that, huh? So I get up, I'm out of sorts. I said, no, I'm not going to start watching damn Democrats at this, now when I don't feel up to it. So I went to bed, got up at 3 a.m., watched Democrats, watched CNN, watched MSNBC, and I produced a show, The Freedom Zone. I produced it this morning. I was the producer on that show with Candace. It'll be on at 10 o'clock. And then I got ready for this show, and damn it, I'm here, and it's 8:03. So there's no damn reason why you can't get your sorry ass up and go to work. I probably shouldn't have said that. I just, look, man, lived in a house where every once in a while we were told to get our sorry asses out of the bed. Didn't care how cold it was. Lived in a house where it said, I don't care how high the snow is, get your sorry ass out, shovel your driveway, and get to work. I'm in a great mood. Oh, what? Sondland yesterday? Really? That you're going to say, right, Sondland? And then you're going to say, well, I think BKP, you might have had this a little wrong because you said they were a little wrong. Is there wrong? Is there such thing as a little? You're either wrong or right. Okay, let me rephrase. You may have been a little off the mark. Okay. Because you said they were painting the picture that all of these bureaucrats that were coming forward were so credible, trustworthy, that by the time they got to Sondland, he would be the biggest liar in the world, and then David Holmes would come in and back clean up, and he would correct Sondland, and the hero status would be back. This is true. Now, for those of you that want to judge me, let me explain. I can explain. Officer, I can explain. If you go back and watch every single thing from day one, not all 90-some hours of testimony, we don't care about that, okay? But if you watch everything the media did to paint this, now I won't spend a lot of time because I did. Let's just go 6 weeks ago, then 4 weeks ago, they told you 4 or 5. They said they were going to frame this to where the American people could understand it. And I have the shows where I told you that, it's going to be, impeachment for dummies. And they publicly came out and said they were going to put this together where the American people could understand it. Then about 3 weeks ago, they come out on TV and they sent all the people out on the morning shows, afternoon shows, loony bin shows, cartoons, night shows. All right. I just got a text from somebody telling me their sorry ass was on the way to work. ooh, I have to be careful. So anyhow, all right. So anyhow, I told you it was about 3 weeks ago they started painting. They said they were going to paint the picture for the American people. Then the DCCC, that's in big fear. We talked about that. They're in big fear of losing the House. I am, for one, have high hopes. I have high hopes, all right, that we're going to take back the House, all right? Now, some people are pessimistic. If you don't think we're going to take back the House, why is Trump ahead in Wisconsin in polling? We'll talk about that in a minute, right? A new poll came out. You know all the polls that come out that show, the boy that would be king, Pete Buttigieg, and blathering, can't finish a sentence, Biden, where am I really at? Trying to get my thought process going. We're going to handle the Me Too movement by just punching and punching and punching at it. Woo, really? That's what you said last night? And Elizabeth Warren's going to take over everything. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but let me just, the debate was, I tell you what, when I say things like I got to give her credit, and we're going to go over it today, but Elizabeth Warren is tearing off the damn Band-Aid and going for it. She's going to move so many millions, I got it written down, I took the notes, straight over on day one to Medicare for all. She's going to move Medicare down to 50. Now, I'm just saying, that could interest a guy like me. Not that I'm 50. She's going to do that. She's going to take your kids right from birth. As soon as they get in the nursery, and you get to hug them and squeeze them and name them, she's going to whisk them right away to fully government-paid daycare. I was like, woo. So what the hell am I talking about anyway? All right. So I told you a couple weeks ago they were going to take a brush, and the DCCC did. They did polling data in districts that make them nervous that could flip back to Republican, and bribery was working much better than quid pro quo. That was the word that was going. So now you are going to have impeachment. You're going to have articles of impeachment claiming that President Trump tried to bribe Ukraine with this quid pro quo in military funding. So we had that. Now you're going to say, well, you painted Sondland. No, I watched every minute of it. Just let me say this, not a testimony, but I watched every minute of this news cycle, and I studied it to get them. They were ready yesterday. If Sondland showed up and played pro-Trump for 4 hours, the media, the deep state, corporate, corrupt media, is what I call them, all right, they were ready to paint Sondland as the most corrupt, or not most corrupt, a liar, nothing but a liar. He can't remember this, he can't remember that, okay? But they didn't have to, so they were able to hold that card. Now, we're going to play a couple videos, okay? And Destiny, I'm going to tell you, because these are the videos. Here's a couple things we're going to go over this morning, all right? Now, when we get into Ukraine, all right, I can't pronounce all the names. I can read the articles, but I can't pronounce the names and be straight up. Now, give me number 6, because I want to talk to you about something. When I say there's something bad wrong, I think we're something bad wrong to the scary level. Because if you understand one thing, and the American people are picking up Ukraine's corrupt. So I don't know what Schiff is trying to. Accomplish here. I understand you're saying, oh, he wants to impeach the president. No, I get it. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish here in the fact that, is he not realizing the American people are learning how corrupt Ukraine is? All right? They're learning that. Now, many don't know that the bloodshed, okay? Let me just say this and try to wrap it up pretty quick, but I get involved in this in a way. American people are now, there's an upside to the impeachment. Okay? I've said this through Kavanaugh, right? I said this through Robert Mueller, okay? I said this all along. I will say one thing about what's taken place with all of this horse crap is there's a lot we are learning, including your host. There's a lot that's coming to surface because I'm going to respect you, the viewer, this morning and say, you're doing what I'm doing and you're going and doing your research and you're compartmentalizing. Did I say that correctly? Because if I did, it's going to be a good day. I couldn't do it twice. But you're putting over here, hey, this is a little too rough to believe, conspiracy theory, you know. Epstein was whisked away in the night and he's living over in Jerusalem and, you know, he's wearing sandals and smoking Turkish cigarettes, whatever, you know. Oh, damn, what a video there, right? And then you're putting things into compartments and trying to create or figure it out for yourself. I love it because that's what I'm doing, right? So we're learning a lot here. And the American people are saying, wow, Ukraine is a corrupt place. And the scariest thing is there's two sides, right? There is our elected officials that are actually, you know, it's scary spending our tax money sitting up there on TV talking about holding back aid to Ukraine and not acknowledging the other side going into Ukraine and saying, why are we not looking at that? Because the American people know this, that Barack Hussein Obama, and I'm not going to make fun of the president, but his foreign policy, his State Department, his diplomatic channels in Ukraine were just this. Okay, I'll tell you what. If you don't set up these weapon systems to protect yourself, if we don't set you up ballistic missile or Patriot missile or the Shield or whatever, just research it and look. If we don't come in with a bunch of military and you don't set up a bunch of military deterrence from the Russians, okay, we will protect you. Okay? European Union, the United States of America, Angela Merkel, the Germans, well, that's the European Union. We got you back. Just don't provoke the Russians with all this military stuff. Look it up for yourself. Don't trust me on this. I'm telling you, look it up. And Barack said, we got it. We'll take care of you, okay? Next thing you know, Vladimir Putin says, hey, I like that. Because I know that Obama is not going to send troops to Ukraine and start a war with Russia. So we're going to roll right into Crimea. Now take a minute today and look at Crimea and see where it's at geographically on the map. And if I'm right, I'm doing this from looking at the camera, not a damn thing over here, okay? If I'm right, look at oil distribution through that channel there and see if that area of Ukraine has a port. I don't know, maybe it does. And see if that's a nice waterway. Because that usually, in the world, the big world we live in, okay, round or flat, whatever it may be for you, the ports of entry where oil and goods come and go seem to be the battle areas in the world. Just check it out. So Russia rolls in, they run over to Ukrainians. I'm not saying it jokingly. They just roll right in, okay? They're killing you. Obama's president of the United States are killing Ukrainians, and the Ukraine saying, we need help. And Obama sent blankets. We'll keep the damn people warm. We'll send you a couple. Look at it. Look at it for a fact. The actual administration that sent weapons to Ukraine to set up defense and deterrence from Russians moving further in is the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Now, the American people, now forget Sondland for a minute, okay? Forget that testimony just for a minute. The American people are picking up that Ukraine is corrupt. They are. And they're starting to scratch their head and say, if they're this corrupt, because Kent, and let me say this, Kent, okay, testified, Bill Taylor testified. Sondland testified. All right. Every bureaucrat that came through there, lifelong government employee that came through there, has testified, okay, has testified how corrupt Ukraine is. Every one of them. How corrupt. And the need to, and the President of the United States is actually bound by law not to send our tax money into corrupt countries. So Donald Trump wants to clean up the corruption, and he wants to know what Hunter Biden and Joe's got to do with it, because they do, and the American people are sitting back and saying, okay, it is confirmed, whether you like it or not, that Ukraine is very corrupt. So here, we're scratching our head out here. Why was Hunter even there? Why was he even there? Just the appearance didn't look good, because remember Kent, if you go back in his testimony, the guy with the bow tie, went and knocked on the administration's door from the vice president's level and said, it just doesn't look good. Now, that's not a quote, but you look it up. Hunter Biden's on the board of this Burisma. We get some, Burisma is bad eggs. There are bad eggs in this basket, and it's not looking good, and it could look very bad for the administration. You think you want to talk about that? Right? Even Yovanovitch, right, the former ambassador that got pulled out, right, when she went through confirmation, remember? You're not hearing this on the news. When she went through confirmation to be the ambassador of Ukraine in the Obama administration, when they were doing the prep work, they prepped her for questions on Hunter Biden, Burisma, and Ukraine to answer them. Do you know, here it is, I got this is Henry Rogers. Do you know, I think he's the Daily Caller, from the Daily Caller. House Intelligence Committee ranking member Devin Nunes and Jim Jordan sent a letter to Adam Schiff asking Hunter Biden and the whistleblower Eric Charmella, okay, to be subpoenaed to appear before the committee. Read more here on the Daily Caller. Well, I read that. I did that. I read more here. The letter, I read the letter this morning, about 4:30, read the letter. So how can you have this crime? You remember now, Schiff is trying to solve a crime. Now, the CNN and the MSNBC, and they're going through emotions, and they're going through Sondland's testimony, and they are cheering that he said, oh, we always knew from Rudy, you know, it's you give me this and I'll give you that, and you're going to do this and I'm going to do that, whatever. But right, they're going through that. This is a impeachment inquiry or inquiry, whatever you want to say, to solve a crime, while they're claiming a crime has taken place. They are. Are you aware? Now, I'm going to go through this right here. Now, look at this guy right here, number 3. I'm not going to try to pull his name off right now, okay? The head of Burisma. Do you think you can find him? See if you can find him. How about this? Now, Ukraine MP, okay, claims 7.4 billion Obama-linked laundering puts Biden group at a $16.5 million take. Huh? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of... Let me get to it. Hold on, Baba Louie. I'll be right there. Are you aware of the head of Burisma, the guy there on the screen? Holdings indicted in Ukraine. There's claims that Hunter Biden and partners of Hunter Biden were paid up to $16.5 million. This is the whole time that this guy was being investigated. Do you realize he has been indicted? There's a press conference. Do you realize anything on this investigation that is currently going on in Ukraine now? No quid pro quo. Zelensky is rooting out corruption there. Not a peep from any of the media what's going on over there in this investigation. Not a peep. That's why Nunes and Jordan, how can you not bring Hunter Biden? You go and you look at the testimony, and I got to go to break. I'm going long, and this is not even the direction I was going in, because we do know last night that Cory Booker said that there would be a Governor Stacey Abrams in Georgia if it wasn't for voter suppression. Oh my God. And we want to go over Elizabeth Warren telling the American people that she's going to take their kids from daylight to dark, and she's got it, and the government's going to take over every damn thing from start to finish and give you health care. I mean, Elizabeth was on a roll, and it's only going to cost 2 cents, a wealth tax of 2 cents. Oh, they were on a roll last night. Okay, getting back to this, all right? If you take a look at the transcripts, you take a look at everything happening, every single person that has testified has acknowledged Burisma, has acknowledged corruption in Ukraine, has acknowledged that, wasn't a very good look for Hunter Biden to be on the board of Charisma, as corrupt as they are, and this guy, can't be found and indicted. I'm going to take a brief break. We'll be right back, and we'll get to some video clips of yesterday and then get into the great debate with the boy that would be king, Peter Pan Buttigieg from South Bend in Indiana, and he's ready to be commander-in-chief. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead. Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet. Find new roads.
All right, folks, let's get serious a minute. All right, check with the home office and find out if my new graphic for the cup giveaway is ready. Could you do that for me? Let's put up, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, blah, 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 blah. Let's put up the graphic on my cup. Now, here's the thing, all right? These people, graphic expressions, all right? I love these. You know what? I almost said I love these guys. They would be okay with that. I do. I love these ladies. They're up there at Graphic Expressions. They do a great job. So they just gave it to me, just presented it to me. I mean, I was like, wow. Check it out. It has our new logo on there, FYN. That's our new brand. So I thought to myself, it's getting to be Christmas time. I need to come up with a gift. I'm not rich, so I can't like do the Sean Hannity thing or give away 900 books or something. The book that I haven't written yet. Oh, don't you think I'm not writing a book? That being said, I said, you know what? I'm going to start out first year with 20. Now, we're doing a couple promos. I haven't blasted out on the internet yet. Want to hear Merry Christmas. So you got to text me at 706-889-9700. I have your text. You don't have to do it again. If your number shows up, I have it. Some of you have texted twice. Some of you have texted twice from two different numbers, and I caught it. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. Anyhow, it's we have launched an investigation. I'm like Adam Schiff. We have two numbers that we think is coming from the same place. We think you're carrying two cell phones. So we are running an investigation now. Our forensic department. Oh, God, I got to move along. I'm having too much fun this morning. I'm in a good mood. Merry Christmas to BKP, FYN. You got to say Merry FYN. Somebody wrote FYN in staff. Love it. I could take that. That's good. But you send that. I'm going to send 20 cups. Tom at Fort Lauderdale. I'm waiting to get all the stuff together at one time. Yours is on the way. I'm going to send 20 cups out. And it's just a thank you to the viewers. And, you know, next year I might have the money for 40 cups. I might give 1,000 away next year, but damn it, we got to start somewhere. We're going with 20 cups. I can't even do the little cup giveaway nice. I can't even keep control for, like, to give away a cup. What the hell's wrong with me some days? All right, we're going to do a graphic and get your sorry ass out of bed and go to work. I got to have that. I don't know why that happened this morning, but all right, so let's go to this first. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's see. Let me pull up the article. This may not want to be. Let's see. Maybe we'll do that next. I want to talk about. Let me see if it pops up real quick. If it does, I will go with it. If not, we're going to wait. Yeah, I know. The president is being impeached, and am I paying attention? And, you know, when am I going to pay attention to that? Cory Booker. I want to see the polling is what I want to do. So I'll do that in the next break. So yesterday, here are the videos. We're going to play all the clips, okay? And we're going to play all the clips. Let me make sure I have this right. Today is Thursday. So let's just we'll go to one and right after the other. And let's go to aid. Holding aid. Let's go to Representative Ratcliffe gets under Secretary Hale to admit U.S. aid was withheld. The Twitter video. You know what I'm talking about? Play it.
In the past year, was aid withheld from Pakistan?
Yes, sir.
Why was aid withheld from Pakistan?
Because of unhappiness over the policies and behavior of the Pakistani government toward certain proxy groups that were involved in conflicts with the United States.
And in the past year, was aid also withheld from Honduras?
Aid was withheld from the three states in northern Central America, yes.
In the past year, was aid withheld from Lebanon?
Yes, sir.
And when aid was first withheld from Lebanon, were you given a reason why it was withheld?
No.
So having no explanation for why aid is being withheld is not uncommon.
I would say it is not the normal way that we function.
But does happen.
It does happen.
All right, two takeaways. It's not the normal way we function. In fact, you need to remember, and when I say it like this, I don't know how I'm coming across. The normal way we function is the reason, or the normal, what they call the normal way they function is the reason you voted for Donald Trump. Exactly what Hale said, exactly is the reason you voted for Donald J. Trump in the first place. That's not the exact way we do this. And that right there in that 7-8 seconds is probably one of the better lines. There's several like that of what this is all about. It's not illegal. The President of the United States has every right under the Constitution to do what he's doing. He does not have to do it through channels that have been laid out by bureaucrats throughout the years that created agency after agency after agency. Do you realize what they're upset is Donald Trump did not follow the agency after agency after agency, but he did not break the law according to the Constitution, and he's upholding his oath of office to withhold taxpayer money in corruption. And Pakistan, Lebanon, did he say? There's been aid was upheld, but it's not the way we normally do it. That's it right there. Let's go to a couple more clips. And these are so easy. All right, these are every one of these, okay? Every one of these. No matter what they say. Okay, let's go to the clip that has Sondland ties Trump, Pence, Pompeo, and Ukraine pressure to campaign. Do you have that one? Roll it.
And then on July 26th, you confirm you did indeed have the conversation with President Trump from a restaurant in Kyiv that David Holmes testified about last week. Is that right?
Correct.
And you have no reason to doubt Mr. Holmes' recounting of your conversation with the President?
The only part of Mr. Holmes' recounting that I take exception with is I do not recall mentioning the Bidens. That did not enter my mind. It was Burisma in 2016 elections.
You have no reason to believe that Mr. Holmes would make that up, if that's what he recalls you saying? You have no reason to question that, do you?
I don't recall saying Biden. I never recall saying Biden.
But the rest of Mr. Holmes' recollection is consistent with your own?
Well, I can't testify as to what Mr. Holmes might or might not have heard through the phone. I don't know how he heard the conversation.
Are you familiar with this testimony?
Vaguely, yes.
And the only exception you take is to the mention of the name Biden?
Schiff did everything he could possibly do. Everything to try to get Sondland to confirm Holmes's telephone call or Holmes' account. Because let's play the second one on that. I think on that one I have down 2, right? Roll the second one, then we'll talk about it a little bit.
But I believe I just asked him an open-ended question, Mr. Chairman. What do you want from Ukraine? I keep hearing all these different ideas and theories and this and that. What do you want? And it was a very short, abrupt conversation. He was not in a good mood. And he just said, I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. Something to that effect.
Now that should have made Spike Lee happy. Do the right thing. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. That's all I want. I don't want anything. I'm not looking for anything. I want Zelensky to do the right thing. You understand? Very short conversation. Now, Holmes also said yesterday he's not really sure how, not Holmes, Sondland, my apology. Sondland said yesterday, and he is the ambassador to the EU. All right, let me explain something whether you like it or not, and you can't go and say Donald Trump did something that's uncommon. When you become president of the United States, Sondland is not a Trump supporter, okay? If you go back and you research Sondland, he's not a Trump supporter. He's has anti-Trump comments out there that are public, but all right, he has several things that are not positive about the president when he is candidate Trump, but he's a guy that wanted to be ambassador, and this is how this works, okay? So George W. Bush, George H., I'll even say Ronald Reagan, don't take this wrong, because there's people out there saying, I know Reagan didn't participate, like Ronald Reagan, Clinton, Obama, Donald Trump. So you're president of the United States of America, and this is an amazing, this is big. People are coming at you all over. And you get this, okay, at 10 o'clock this morning, we're going to go over ambassadors, Mr. President-elect, because this is a transition. You've got, there's 92. We recommend recalling these here. We recommend putting these in place. Okay, why do you recommend? Well, first of all, this guy here gave $1 million, that's how it works, to your inaugural fund. Okay, can he do? Yeah. He can help pay for the stage, pay for the floats. He can pay for the coffee cups that say Trump 45 and January 20th or whatever it was. Okay, that's how it works. That's how Sondland got it. Sondland's not Trump's best friend. Now, I know you're listening to CNN, ABC, MSNBC, all of them, and they are running the narrative. This is Trump appointee. This is a Trump guy, all the above, okay? Not true. Not saying he's anti-president, but he's not in the camp as you would think and as the media wants to lead you to believe. So he says, hey, Schiff is doing everything. Now, Holmes is going to testify this afternoon, and Schiff is doing everything in his power to get Sondland to confirm what Holmes says he overheard. And he won't do it. He won't confirm. He will not confirm. And all he says, hey, the president was very short, do the right thing. Just tell him to do the right thing. And I never said Biden, because Holmes will testify this afternoon that he said Biden in the conversation. Now, they are getting next level. Let's see, maybe we can get that one up. Let me make sure. Let's see what this one is. I don't want that one yet. Hold on there, Baba Louie. Darn. That's not the one I want. See if I get another one. Hold on. I know I have another one up here I wanted. I know I've sent more videos. There's all right, maybe I didn't. Let's go with the next one. All right, I don't want Joe Biden. I don't want the one that says Joe Biden. I want the next video.
This brings me to the topic of today's proceedings. I would like to recap my recollection of the timeline in which these events played out. I testified about all of this at length in my deposition. In July, I became aware of a hold being placed on obligation of the State Department's Foreign Military Financing, or FMF, and DoD's USAI funds. In a series of interagency meetings, I heard that the President had directed the Office of Management and Budget to hold the funds because of his concerns about corruption in Ukraine. Let me say at the outset that I have never discussed this or any other matter with the President and never heard directly from him about this matter. At a senior level meeting I attended on July 26th, chaired by National Security Council leadership, as at all other interagency meetings on this topic of which I was aware, the national security community expressed unanimous support for resuming the funding as in the U.S. national security interest. At the July 26th meeting, there was also a discussion of how Ukrainian anti-corruption efforts were making progress. DoD reiterated what we had said in our earlier certification to Congress, stating that sufficient progress in defense reform, including anti-corruption, had occurred to justify the USAI spending.
All right, Ms. Cooper is another clip there of somebody that heard something. Nobody has direct connect to Donald Trump. Nobody said that Donald Trump directly told them he wanted quid pro quo. Now, Sondland's testified that everybody knew about it, okay? And I must have missed that video, and that's okay. It must be that I missed it because I want to pull that up in a minute, and I'm going to send that over. But at no time did President Trump use the Biden's name. Nobody's testified to that himself. Because remember, it's all about this political opponent. But nobody has used the Biden name, right? At any time. But today, Holmes will testify that he overheard in a phone conversation Biden's name. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and do that. We are going to do the Democrat debate. And another thing, you know, I might have to do it at the end of the show, but I've got to find out, or we got to find out what Brian Kemp is doing, the governor of Georgia, concerning the Senate pick to replace Johnny Isakson. And I'll tell you why, because I'm a little nervous. I like my governor. I'm a little nervous that, you know, maybe you need, Mr. Governor, maybe you need to come up to FYN and say hello at North Georgia, or plan something in North Georgia or something. Maybe I'm just missing. And I don't mean over towards Athens. Don't take that wrong. I don't mean over towards Dalton. Don't take that wrong. I'm talking, come on up 515 and don't stop till you get here. Let's take a break.
1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright, and during the 2019 model year-end clearance sale, the savings are huge, like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. I'm just looking around the internet. Got a lot to do. It's already bumping up on 9 o'clock. I only have 2 hours a day. I want to throw this out here really quick. We have been putting a little pressure, if it's from us and you, like to know what Governor Kemp plans to do as far as our next senator. And my criteria is I don't want to hear we have to, how do I do this? Because I don't want to do it like Joe Biden. Remember Joe Biden last night? He said they were talking about the Me Too movement, and he was talking about, there's never a time. What did he say? There's never a good time to hit a woman, except for in self-defense if you got to put your dukes up. Biden said it, I didn't. And then he said, I tell you what, we're going to figure out how to stop this abuse on women. We're going to punch and punch. Okay, and the media is going nuts with it this morning. All right, so that being said, how did I get to Biden on that? Governor Brian Kemp, minor concerns that he is currently playing to the Metro Atlanta base right now. And I think All right, I usually get in trouble with this, so I might as well go ahead. Johnny Isakson, I don't want to do a segment on Johnny Isakson, is a very ill man. Johnny Isakson has served the state of Georgia for years. If you're ever in a room that Johnny's ever given a speech, and you've ever met Johnny, it's hard to go away not liking this guy. Okay, very sick. Okay, no matter who you are, it's like Bernie Sanders. I mean, he might be a socialist, but had a heart attack. We're Americans. We're not going to wish any harm on any of our fellow Americans that fall ill. We're just not going to do it. We're not going to do it ever here on this show. Johnny's very sick. Now let's switch over to politics. Johnny. I don't think Johnny could win again, and I know that's a stretch for some, but I don't think he could win again if he tried. Johnny has made too many friends on the other side of the aisle, and he has been too wishy-washy, mushy to me and many around the state on the, as far as conservative. Now, let me tell you where that works. I told you I wasn't going to do a segment. Let me tell you something. Once you get out of, and I had a very, very, very high Republican in the state of Georgia tell me this. Once you get out of that suburb area, the suburbia around Atlanta and that area, Trump's positives go through the roof. Supporters, okay? You get up here in North Georgia, Trump is stronger than he was the day he announced, the day he won the nomination, the day he got elected. He's stronger now, okay? My fear is that in picking a senator, Governor Brian Kemp does not need to pick somebody to satisfy the suburbs of Atlanta and hope you and I accept. How did I say that? I want to come back with this clip right here because I think I got to get it out, okay? Because what I don't want to do is I want to be clear is I hope the governor, which I do support Brian Kemp, does not pick somebody to try to satisfy and replace Johnny for Johnny and hope we accept. And I think he needs to pay attention to that. Okay? Really, I do. In his decision. Because I'm going to tell you, damn it, I didn't want to do this. But I'm going to tell you, I have been in a room where Congressman Doug Collins has spoke outside of the state. And buddy, I tell you what, our congressman, no matter how you think, well, that's over in Illinois, and that's over in Iowa, and that's up in Pennsylvania. Let me tell you something. If we are all focused on trying to get the House of Representatives back, a lot of hard workers out there. Somebody's going to text me and say, no, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. If we overall want rid of Nancy Pelosi, if we overall want to get the majority back, if we want a Speaker of the House unlike Paul Ryan that did not give out subpoenas to his committee chairs, just like when you see Schiff and Jerry Nadler, if we want a Speaker of the House, a majority leader, someone that will give out the subpoenas to the committee chairs, much like the new chairs if we take over the House, could you imagine seeing some of these people like Jim Jordan as chair? If Doug Collins moved to the Senate and Jim Jordan took over the chair of the House Judiciary Committee, whoa, right? I'm going to throw out nobody has worked harder nationally, nobody that I know, to try to make all that happen, raise money for Republicans to win back their seat, raise money to flip seats all across this country, and try to get this country back on track. I know out there, damn it, I have sit right side by side with him and said, why the hell did you vote for that omnibus bill? I know the critics I have right now. I know each damn one of you. But let me tell you something. If you really, really, really dig in and you find out who's doing the legwork, who's walking the halls, who's getting in front of the TV cameras and supporting the President of the United States, and who might be in Iowa next week saying, hey, let's keep this congressman, that's Doug Collins. No matter how you slice it. All right? Well, I like Ratcliffe, and I do too. I play his clips. I love Jim. I do too. I play their clips. I listen to them. I'm on board with you. But if you want someone if you want to sit down and analyze someone in the state of Georgia that has went and done we're a red state and has done every single thing they possibly can to pull back Nancy Pelosi and Jerry Nadler and these clowns and try to get these Republicans back in control and win the House, it's been our congressman in the 9th District, Doug Collins. I'm going to take a break and come back from that because I want to keep that as a clip. Well, wait, don't go to break yet. So all I'm saying, Mr. I need to say what I'm saying. All I'm saying, Mr. I'm not telling you got to pick Doug Collins. I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying this. Once you get out of suburban Atlanta, you better think about it because we adamantly do not want a mirror image of Johnny Isakson. We just want him. We wish him well. B, we want a conservative. That might have went with A. C, we don't want you entertaining these multimillionaires and say, hey, business owners and this, that, and the other thing, so you can look good to suburban Atlanta voters that you think will pull you in for a second term. Now, don't get upset with me, Mr. Governor, but we don't want that. And last but not least, please appoint a senator to replace Isakson ASAP. Now go to break.
Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblet, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Going to change gears because we're not going to do the Democrats yet because I want to do this just for a minute or two. Yes, last night, number 22, okay? I will get into number 22, Elizabeth Warren. Got it. Number 23. The boy who would be king. Got it. We'll get into that. We will get into this right here. Okay? It's amazing. It absolutely blows me away that these are the questions. And it even the answer Bernie Sanders gave was like, okay, the sun is burning the surface off of the Earth. We have so many days to do something about it. I'm going to declare climate change a national emergency on day one. And my vice president, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is going to send some Beano over to Eric Swalwell. You didn't know what that meant? Supposedly, Eric Swalwell let it rip on national TV, right? Hey, listen, let's not pick on Eric. You know, if he maybe don't have a gallbladder, can't digest those vegetables he had for lunch. Hey, he needs some Beano. I'm going to send it over. What the hell am I talking about now? So anyhow, you know, Bernie's thinking, what the hell? The earth is frying and this is what you ask? So this guy here, one of the moderators, the only male moderator on the set last night, number 21, okay, Rachel Maddow, all right, she goes all man. I tell you, she goes all male. But then again, here I am doing, I needed pronoun. Sanders Biden address lock him up chance. So he or she, whatever, she, all right? The she says, you know, they used to say lock her up, but recently at the World Series, and this is important, I don't care how many people in southern West Virginia are dying from opiate addiction. I do not care from out there in Hazard, Kentucky, up there next to the West Virginia line, how many poor people in the Appalachians are dying from opiate addiction. I don't care. We don't care how many homeless people. We don't care they're cramping in the street in San Francisco and we got to figure out what to do. We want to talk about chance. I mean, do you really think even at the World Series maybe we should cut back on the wave that could offend anybody? Because we did get rid of, you know, what's her name singing God Bless America at Yankee Stadium, and Kate Smith. And we did get rid of the old tomahawk chomp at Brave Stadium. And now we've heard lock him up. Do you agree with that? What the hell? All right, we'll talk about that later. Every time I say we'll talk about something later, I'm getting off sidetrack. Now, recent polling shows in Wisconsin, all right? '20 Democrat nomination in Wisconsin. Joe seems to go, oh, that's 18. I didn't call for a number. All right. Joe Biden seems to be leading up there in Wisconsin. Maybe, I like to set these things in a way that I don't think anybody else does through the course of the day. Now, politics is politics. And Ron Johnson, the senator from Wisconsin, must know something. He must know his state. He must have some internal polling. He must have a good feeling. Somebody must have enlightened him in Wisconsin. Because Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, and I'm not saying all politicians would do this, but most, okay? I better not say that. There was one of those thoughts, then the second thought came up and said, you don't say that. I'm going to go with the second thought. So, Ron Johnson, do you think for 1 minute in Wisconsin, the senator from Wisconsin, would be calling into question, as the media likes to let you know, Vindman's loyalty to our country? Do you believe Ron Johnson would go on all the networks for the last several months and say, hey, he was on the envoy to Ukraine. He has some firsthand knowledge. So you think this senator would be, backing, supporting, and coming out for Trump like he is from Wisconsin? You think Joe Scarborough and all of them would be going, what a disgrace Ron Johnson is? Chuck Todd, disgrace, absolutely disgrace what senators have done to lick the boots of Donald Trump, right? Now, let me tell you what's happening. Ron Johnson knows the truth, and he's got some internals. See, we reported to you, and they are scared to death. You need to listen. If we band together, I'm not saying to just let anybody be your congressman. I'm not saying to support just anybody. Yes, we want conservative candidates. But in the Republican Party, if we will band together and cringe, sing a little kumbaya from time to time, even though you don't like the mush, eat it and shut up, we can win back the House. Because, see, remember, I know there was a debate last night, and it was in Georgia, and you're in Georgia, and you're not saying anything about it. And they also said, who was it that said last night? Cory Booker, that Georgia would have Governor Stacey Abrams if there wasn't voter suppression. How come you're not talking about that? I'm breaking out the truth, folks. Flat out truth. Because we talked about it last week. Remember those focus groups? With suburban voters, the Trump focus groups all over the country that they put in place with the suburban. Remember, I think they were in Madison, Wisconsin. Hell, look that up yourself. Focus group in Madison, Wisconsin, Trump had. Maybe some of these focus groups actually are onto something. Because I told you before, these focus groups, these internals, all right? Now, all over the United States, everybody's beating the hell out of Trump. Hell, they got polling in Georgia. Well, Biden right now leads Donald Trump by 8 points in Georgia. Hell no, he don't. They've lied all across the country for the last 6-7 months on everybody can beat the hell out of Trump. There ain't no reason whatsoever that Trump should even run tomorrow. But you and I know the truth. So this focus group that just happened and released has got them nervous. They're nervous as can be. The impeachment's all they have. I told you what, 4 months ago on this show, all right, there will be articles of impeachment, right? And when they're done, and what they're doing now are campaign clips. Campaign clips. That's it. That's all this is doing. You're going to see commercials, and you're going to see commercials of Donald Trump being the first, because it would be, first impeached president of the United States, not removed, Senate won't remove him, first impeached president of the United States. Are you going to vote for a presidential candidate that was impeached? If he committed impeachable offense in his first term, unchecked, what would he do in his second term? Oh, that's all this is about. That's all they have. Last night proves they don't have a candidate. Now, Deval Patrick, get to that a little later, I think out of the box that Obama may endorse him before New Hampshire. And I think out of the box when he endorses him, it's going to be tough even for Cory Booker at 3% in Wisconsin. I told you he would do that last night. A roundabout way he did. Cory Booker tried to tell you last night, I am the black candidate in the race. Why will nobody see that? Why will nobody talk about black vote for me? Why will nobody talk about South Carolina should go for me, not Joe Biden? Why? And then Kamala over there starts acting like a sister. I love it because every time Harris gets her acting like she's a sister. Let me get back to this. So the focus group comes out in suburban metro areas And what did they say? Oh, I don't like when he tweets. Oh, I wish he wouldn't send those tweets out. Oh, I wish he wouldn't get on TV and say that. But you know what? We're going to vote for him. I mean, because even though he really irks me, yeah, I've heard that. I can't vote for anybody else. Really? No way. I do not believe he will do anything that's going to hurt the country. So the focus group came out, and it's scaring them because they're not running away in metro areas like they think. Okay. Then second, you have this poll come out. 2020 Democrat in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's what? Blue state, right? Blue wall. That's what they want you to believe. It's part of that blue wall that Donald Trump crumbled and he wants to get back, right? So how about this? And we'll take another break and we'll change over, but give me number 37. Poll, Trump leads top 2020 Democrats in Wisconsin. And that came out yesterday. They've been impeaching this. They have been Robert Mueller and this guy. They have been Russian collusion, delusion this guy. They have Kavanaugh this guy. They have Stormy Daniels this guy with, what's his name, the piece of garbage, Michael Avenatti. They have Michael Cohen this guy. They have done everything they could with this guy. They have now impeaching him over a phone call in Ukraine. And yet, so every time you hear the polling's up to X, and we will see after these new rounds of hearings, we will see the new polling assigned. If you don't think that they have already framed up the new polling they're going to bring to you by Sunday, polling in for next week, how Sondland, how everybody enjoyed, they're going to tell you everybody enjoyed the impeachment hearings, everybody watched the impeachment hearings, everybody wants Trump impeached and removed. They're going to tell you by the end of the week. They're going to say polling data, it moved the needle, all the above, and it'll be lies. All lies. Ron Johnson, Wisconsin, he knows the internals. I feel the internals with people out there from day to day. You will see. Trump poll. So here it is. President Trump leads top 2020 Democrat White House hopefuls in a theoretical matchups in Wisconsin. A poll released Wednesday found former Vice President Joe Biden, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, and Elizabeth Warren, and the boy that would be king, South Bend, Indiana Mayor Peter Pan Buttigieg, all trail Trump in Wisconsin. Trump topped Biden 47-44. Trump has a 3-point edge over Sanders and 48-45. Trump leads Warren 48-43. All right? So let's, not the boy that would be king right now. I got time for that. Trump lead is wider against Warren at 48-43 in Wisconsin. Oh, Wisconsin, the actual place. They may not want you to take their children. Warren scares the hell out of them. That's why Deval Patrick's in that's why this came out. This is a good, bad news kind of thing. We know this. I guess I'm glad it came out. But they're scared to death of Elizabeth Warren. They're looking for their back channel out. Deval Patrick, to me, is it. Okay? I'm going to take a break. We'll come back. And we'll get into the debate, I promise. All right, I just wanted to get into this. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Better days ahead.
Days Chevy in Jasper makes the holidays bright. And during the 2019 model year end clearance sale, the savings are huge. Like over $11,000 off 2019 Silverado crew cabs, or more than $6,500 off 2019 Chevy Colorados. 'Tis the season of giving, and we're giving you thousands off every Chevy during the 2019 model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
All right, I got an alert during the break here. I've already done this segment, so I can't backdrop. I try to check every morning. Hold on a minute. Hold on. All right, here it is. I got it. It was. All right, so with the comment I made earlier concerning the governor, and I hope no matter, I get a little wound up if you don't know that by now. So I'm not upset with the governor, but I just, it was just sent to me, and the article was 15 hours ago, okay? It was 15 hours ago. It was just sent to me, and I forgot to bring it up. I knew about it yesterday. I'm trying to dance all the way around. I never can reveal my sources here. Trump urges Georgia governor to make Collins his U.S. Senate appointee. It raises the chance of a GOP clash over Isaacson's seat. You know how I feel. President Donald Trump pressed Governor Brian Kemp on Wednesday to appoint U.S. Representative Doug Collins to an open U.S. seat, hours after the Gainesville Republican said he was strongly considering a run for the job, even if it's not tapped. I told you that yesterday. I got to find tape, right? Didn't I tell you? Somebody called me yesterday. I mean, before this story came out, I said to somebody yesterday, Doug's going to run. Oh, my gosh. This is like, I love this kind of stuff. I mean, you would love it too if you were, you know. I knew this. I knew this. I said it over and over. What will happen if Kemp, Governor Kemp, rolls the dice in Georgia? And, you know, well, listen, the governor's been under a lot of pressure to appoint a woman. You know, Georgia needs to step into the next century, Mr. Governor. We need to bring a woman in. No. You let the people of Georgia decide who they want to be their senator. They can, all the women can run if they want. What you do is you appoint the best person for the job. And I don't want to get down that, you know, rabbit trail. Well, there's 3 black candidates and there's 4 women that are qualified as qualified as this man over here. Wow. Why do you think they had their Me Too moment last night in Atlanta? All right. So anyhow, let me just say, I got to get off this subject. I told you this would happen. I told you he would run for the seat. Because what happens is whoever Governor Kemp picks, all right, has to turn right around and start running in what we call a jungle primary in Georgia. Now, every time, I should pull the guy's name up that was appointed to fill Jeff Sessions' position down there, Senator. Every time Hudgens, was it Hudgens? Okay, look at the appointment of the governor. Okay, look at the appointment of the governor of Alabama when Jeff Sessions was tapped to be Attorney General, and who she appointed, and then they had the jungle primary, and now they have a Democrat, Doug Jones. Well, that couldn't happen in Georgia, son. You just don't know Georgia well enough if you think that could happen. You have lost your damn mind. If you do not pick a candidate right now, and I'm not saying I'm 100% in favor of picking Doug Collins. I know this is getting away from me. I'm not 100% in favor of picking Doug Collins because I like my congressman. Now, I'm not endorsing. Okay, if he gets opposition, I will come to you as the voters and let you know that the congressman has opposition. But I like my congressman where he's at in the House of Representatives. So I'm not 100% on board, but if you're going for the person that can win and the strongest candidate, because what you can't make a mistake and do is appoint somebody that can't win the next election, and then we have a jungle primary and we end up maybe with 2 Democrats that are the top vote getters in a runoff. Anything could happen. And the way this could come down, all right, Collins is considering running, even if he's not tapped. The call, described by 3 high-level GOP officials, was part of a dramatic increase in pressure from Collins' allies that raises the possibility of a bitter Republican clash over the race. It's the second time in 2 weeks that Trump directly appealed to Kemp to appoint Collins, who was long considered a top contender to fill Johnny's seat. Okay, Kelly Loeffler, okay, submitted her applications hours before Monday's deadline. Apparently, scrambles Collins' calculations. Loeffler, a financial executive who co-owns Atlanta's WNBA franchise, is widely considered by GOP insiders to be Kemp's favorite for the coveted post. If Kemp goes that direction, there's some power struggles, political power struggles, that the fabric will be torn in a way that I don't know if we repair it. Because don't forget, I'm going to throw it out here, okay? I'm going to throw it out here that the Purdue's, a lot of political power in Georgia right now. A lot of political power. Who is their candidate? Now, we know clearly Donald Trump would like to see Doug Collins, Congressman Collins. We see Brian Kemp as a Kelly Loeffler supporter. Maybe. Or likes her. Why would she put hers in right before the window closed? Why didn't she put her application in months ago, like Martha Zoller? Just saying. Why not? Right? Because just put it in, slide it in. The door's going in, slide your folder in there. Anyhow, let me get past that, get over with it. Donald Trump has asked nicely for Brian Kemp to pick Congressman Doug Collins. We'll see. Let's see what they say here. When Collins was pressed as the AJC, Greg Bluestein, when Collins was pressed by Atlanta Journal-Constitution earlier Wednesday about whether he was contemplating a bid for the office, regardless of whether he's selected, he confirmed his interest. I confirmed it for you. My God, I confirmed it for you right here on this show. I didn't even have to call the guy, and I knew that. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take another break so I can recap. I want to put this one I want to put this together with the first one, part 1 and part 2. But I'm going to tell you right now, Governor Brian Kemp, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, that is through the roof. Don't forget. His numbers, once you get out of suburbia, Atlanta is not against Donald Trump. Once you get out of that circle, Donald Trump's numbers, President of the United States, are through the roof in Georgia. Be a little careful there on your pick. I will tell you this. Governor Brian Kemp, you need the 9th District of Georgia to get reelected. Don't forget that. I'll take a break.
1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Okay, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Had to rear back and roll, right? I'm trying to read. It is a whirlwind of news out there this morning, trying to keep up with it. It's not all impeachment. We know that's phony, and funny. It's not all debate. We know they are crackpots and they've gone crazy. So we're trying to look at other things. Now, really quickly, at 9:39, I only got a little time. There's the way to contact us. If you'll tell me Merry Christmas, let's get to the cup. I'm going to put this out today. You want this cup free? I have 20 of them going out for Christmas. Just call me Santa, all right? Text Merry Christmas to BKP or FYN. FYN and staff. Don't break the rules. It's got to go to that number there, 706-889-9700. And I'm going to send out 20 of these cups to the first 20 people. And 20 is down to a single digit now, so you need to get moving along. Anyhow, all right, so leave that up just a second. Trump flips another Fed. We try to highlight all the reasons why that they are freaking out on the left, and they're doing everything they possibly can to remove the President of the United States. Trump flips another federal court conservative control. The Senate confirmed Barbara Lagana to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals on Wednesday, marking the Third Circuit Court that has flipped from a Democratic majority to a Republican-appointed majority under the Trump administration. That's right. Third Circuit that has flipped from a positive Democrat-appointed. Now, the reason they put that up, make sure you know that, obviously judges could go in there and do whatever they want, but we have the 11th makes the 3rd Circuit District that has flipped from Democrat to Republican appointed judges. Let me go with this. I don't have time to do everything, so let me just see what I got in the picture wheelhouse. All right, so last night, number 20, Joe Biden. Okay. This guy, when does he leave? When does he quit? Why do polls say he's leading? Do Democrats still feel this is the guy that could assemble enough words to debate Trump? Do you have that babbling video on him? Let's run that last night.
How would you get those same Republicans to work with you?
Well, look, the next president of the United States is going to have to do two things. Defeat Donald Trump, that's number one. And number two, it's going to have to be able to go into states like Georgia and North Carolina and other places and get a Senate majority. That's what I'll do. You have to ask yourself up here, who is most likely to be able to win the nomination in the first place, to win the presidency in the first place? And secondly, who is most likely to increase the number of people who are Democrats in the House and in the Senate? And by the way, I learned something about these impeachment trials. I learned, number one, that Donald Trump doesn't want me to be the nominee. That's pretty clear. He held up aid to make sure that, while at the same time innocent people in the Donbass are being killed by Russian soldiers. Secondly, I found out that Vladimir Putin doesn't want me to be president. So I've learned a lot about these hearings early on from these hearings that are being held. But the bottom line is, I think we have to ask ourselves the honest question: who is most likely to do what needs to be done? Produce a Democratic majority in the United States Senate, maintain the House, and beat Trump.
I don't want to say nothing about him. I don't want to say anything about him. His babbling is getting worse. How he continues to be, excuse the noise, something about this, how he continues to be considered the front runner is amazing to me. Now, let me give you a little bit on the one that they're calling the new front runner. They're back and forth. Number 22. Let's talk about her, okay? Yes, I know Tulsi Gabbard and Kamala got into it. I know there was a couple flare-ups that we will discuss, hopefully, if time. But this is the one that scares the bat crap out of me. I try to say words where I wouldn't normally say words, but this scares the bejesus out of me. Remember the bejesus? This scares it. And I'll tell you why. I took a couple notes with her. Now, she was pressured for a while. She went across the country, Elizabeth Warren. And remember, she is the biggest gap. Donald Trump has the biggest lead right now over her in Wisconsin. Yeah, think that out. Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, Milwaukee. Okay, the liberal area. This lady has got the biggest deficit against Donald Trump in Wisconsin. I wonder what that deficit is. Maybe it's going to be a little closer in Illinois, New Mexico, New York. You never know, right? So Elizabeth Warren, okay, 2-cent wealth tax. Well, first she promised that she wouldn't have any ambassadors that wrote her $1 million to her campaign, and that would stop on her watch. But the 2-cent wealth tax, and she said, they have to pay their fair share. They have used all of our resources. Okay? They have used all of our resources in making their billions. That being said, they have to return 2 cents. Okay? 2% tax, I guess, 2 cents, she said, to pitch in. They made their billions, she said, by using our bridges and our roads. They made their billions by using the labor that the kids or colleges are in debt. They use every one of our resources, she said last night, these billionaires, and they need to give back. Well, I'm not taking up for rich people, Elizabeth, but you may not know this as a senator because somebody drives you around, because you are. I don't get mad about it, but somebody is dedicated to drive these people around for security reasons. You know, U.S. senator, somebody drives them around, okay? So you may not know this because when you get the car door open for you and they close it, that there's an enormous amount of fuel tax by all these other people that are paid. So a billionaire that has a fleet of trucks, I don't know if you're aware of like the $2.65 for a gallon of gas, how much of that is federal tax. I don't know if you realize that everybody that buys a pack of chewing gum in a state has some sort of sales tax, special penny. I mean, we're all paying pennies, and it don't matter who you are that gets that pack of gum, you pay the penny. I don't know if you realize in the things you're talking about that the largest amount of tax paid. Now, I know I'm not defending. I want to be careful here. I'm not defending companies that can figure out how not to pay taxes. But Elizabeth, you need to understand the largest amount of taxes paid are by companies that provide X, the jobs, and B, you take, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, do FedEx pay fuel tax? Maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe they get a tax exemption. I'm not for sure. But you got to be careful with throwing that around like everybody's got to pay their fair share. Not everybody asks because they all go to free college, folks. Not everybody in this country asked for these colleges to become major cities. Absolutely. Not everybody in this country asked for these massive buildings to be built on these campuses over and over to where, you know, you got cities, you built cities. And now you want these cities to operate for free. Not everybody said that. A couple things because I want to make sure I cover before I quit. All right. Universal child care for every baby. Folks, that needs to scare the hell out of you. Elizabeth Warren stood up last night and said, I am ready to take over this country. Absolutely. Universal child care for every baby. Universal pre-K. Money for public schools. I don't mean it just like massive amounts of money for public schools. Free college. Cancel the student debt that exists. Invest in an entire generation. Wow. I tell you what, I got to give it to the old girl for just coming out and going for it. Because a couple things she's saying is very true. Easy. You know, we got the government feeding our kids. We have been wanting the government to provide free daycare. Well, I don't want yelled at. Why shouldn't a woman have the opportunity to go work? And why should it cost her money and not him money to find daycare? Why? Why shouldn't they be equal? Why can't they both go work and the government take care of their kids? Why can't they all get free breakfast, lunch, and supper? Why? I have told you how long that we do not have public schools anymore. We have government institutions. And she is very clear she wants to take your kids right from day one. Oh, go listen to it. From birth, she wants those kids. Then she wants pre-K for all of those kids. And then she wants them in the public schools. Then she wants free college for all those kids. And she wants to invest in an entire generation. Needs to scare the hell out of you what that woman said last night on that stage. And all of them. Now, I will say one thing, okay? She wants to immediately, she wants to put 135 million people, right? Yeah, 135 million people on Medicare immediately. She wants the government, get this, she wants the government to build what? How many units of subsidized housing? She wants the government to build government housing? Whoa. The subsidized housing is for white people. She wants to build, I forget how many units. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. This one scared. This one her campaign should be over right now. And if Obama can't say she's over and Deval Patrick can't say she's over, they got a problem. Bad problem. Because this woman stood on stage and said she wants to build your government housing. She wants to put you in housing. She got two bedroom, 1 bath, and a garage. That's it. 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and a garage. She's going to build you government housing. She stood on the stage, said she wants to supplement that. I forget, thousands of units she wants to build. She wants to give Medicare she wants to move Medicare down to 50 years old. Oh yeah, 50. That's appealing when I get there, right? She wants to move Medicare down to 50 years old. She wants to add vision and dental. That's pretty good. So you're saying you're going to throw in the vision and dental? Huh. I could be interested in that. Oh, here it is. 3.2 million. Yeah, I did write it down. I was wondering. Yeah. 3.2 million government homes she wants to build. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. She wants to give us Medicare at 50, vision and dental included. 135 people immediately will go to Medicare for all. Universal child care, universal pre-K, public schools, free college, cancel student debt, invest in an entire generation, 135 million people to Medicare immediately for all. Medicare to 50 years old, move it down, vision and dental, 3.2 million government homes, a complete takeover. Complete takeover. Wow. I'm telling you. I'm not as in fear, let me say this, of the climate change issue at this time as I am what that woman said on the stage. Because there's a lot of people that don't realize we're well on our way to that already. Let's go to the boy who would be king. We can't leave without that. Number 23. Now, here's the thing about the boy who would be king. He talked about he's trying everything, okay? Buttigieg on Medicare for all, it's not the right approach to unify the American people. He is trying to get black people to understand him and accept him, the black vote. Let me tell you something. When I listen to a debate and I don't understand your answer, now I know what you might think. Well, you're not very smart. Well, yeah, I understand I'm not that bright. But if I can't understand your answer and the best I can figure out is you're trying to manipulate me because you want the same thing the woman to the left of you or to the right of you wants, but you're just going to package it a different way. Do not think that one word that came out of that little gay brigade's mouth, that little gay boy's mouth, don't think for 1 minute a single word is different than Elizabeth Warren's. He is just going to manipulate you to get you to believe. If you're going to move, when you say we all see Medicare for all being the where we want to go, so when Buttigieg says, I'm going to do everything Elizabeth Warren's going to do, I'm just not going to quite rip off the Band-Aid, and I'm going to manipulate my answer to a point that you don't think I'm going to harm you, hurt you, or do it immediately. But watch out. And then the other thing, when they start talking about racial inequality, he goes for the gay marriage, the ring on my finger. Oh my God, that little gay boy. Now look, guys out there, don't be looking at him. He's married. I'm a couple minutes. Let me see if I got a picture, because I can't get too much deeper into some things. I want you to look this up. Please do this. Number one, they are making public information that is being hidden by Prosecutor General, because among those documents there is a sign, suspicion, whatever it is, about Nikolai, and he is let's go to number 2. Zolotsky, I tell you, he is the owner of Burisma, the co-owner of Burisma, and that suspicion also mentions Hunter Biden. I got it wrong, but let's move along. I'm right out of time. It's not the word I keep saying, but you can read it on the screen. A signed document that speculates there is a crime committed. All right. Please go. This is the guy right here, the co-founder of Burisma, number 3. All right. Go do your homework, please. Here's number 4. Probe widen against Burisma's head. Ukraine demands Biden probe. And number 5, it's the end of the letter. Devin Nunes and Jim Jordan have written Adam Schiff saying we need Hunter Biden as a witness and the whistleblower to complete our investigation for this criminal prosecution, this phony witch hunt of our President of the United States. Got to go? It's Thursday, right? So what's that mean? Tomorrow's Friday, which means we will be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Ask the Doc, All-Star Political Panel. Ask the Doc, All-Star Political Panel. North Georgia Senior Living. Jesse Barton, Community Relations Director, Cameron Hall. What else do we have? What else we got? Pet of the Week with Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Now, I got a quick question, Destiny. You don't have to tell the entire world. And if you don't remember it, just tell me you don't remember it. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday or sometime this week where I did a very detailed what the jungle primary looks like in Georgia? All right, folks, I got to go because I got to go over here and we got work to do. Hey, great job today, Destiny, getting all the videos and pictures up when I need them. We'll be at, where will we be? Circuit World, Blue Ridge. We better go. Later.